Silver Tree Seeds. I hope everyone is doing well. May this message find you well and whole. Happy new moon in Aries. The first sign, I believe, of the zodiac. And Aries is, according to Western astrology, Aries is my moon sign. So I've been having a lot of vivid, lucid dreaming where you're conscious in the dream, and it's just been really profound type of energy to be in. I'm actually in the middle of a huge transition in my personal life, and I'm really excited about that, but I'll keep that private for now. So let's get into this Silver Tree rune reading today. All right, so as you can see here, you see a blank sheet of paper. Now, usually I have a topic. I meditate beforehand. For 15 minutes to a half hour to an hour, however long I'm guided to do so. And then I will pull, a couple of runes, one as a guiding rune and the other where I actually base the reading off of. And so I felt call to just be present, make this message very authentic. So we're going to discover what this new moon energy is. I think the new moon is on this Sunday, I believe, this upcoming Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Again, the moon, one of my new moon, full moon rules is there's a portal that opens. So 3 days before the new moon, 3 days after. 3 days before the first day, that's when that new moon energy opens. Okay, it's a great time to set your intentions, plant seeds, start something new, a new job, moving, new relationship, new projects. Just, it doesn't have to be anything incredibly big. It could be something small, cleaning out, dusting off your sewing machine, going through your journals and letting them go. And then you have the 3 days, and then you have the official new moon day or night. And then after, you have the closure of the portal. So, you want to really, if you haven't already started, setting your intentions to about 15 days prior to the new moon portal energy opening up, now it's the time to do it. To me, the whole concept of, new moon, full moon, and astrology, it's so beyond us, but you have to remind yourself that it's within us, it's within you, it's within me. We can't get so caught up in the labels and the signs and what's your sign, what's your this, what's your house. There's truth in all of that, but you must remind yourself that you have to connect to the moon within yourself, connect to the planets within yourself, connect to the Mars, the Venus, the Saturn, the Jupiter, connect to all of these things within yourself, because they're just physical manifestations of our aspects of our consciousness as a whole and as individuals. So don't forget that. Wow, I'm super pumped to see what I'm going to pull for this new moon in Aries. Aries is, I believe, the ram. Okay, it has horns. But then that fire energy. Now I'm very much into elemental type of energies. The fire, water, earth, wind, ether. That is the human. That is the alchemist. Ooh, felt an energy shift in here already. Okay, and as you can see, we have the nice fire energy here. Usually on new moons, the fire will tend to dwindle, like in the middle of my readings or at the very beginning. And towards the end, it'll just kind of get smaller and smaller. But no, tonight it's popping. All right, let's see here. I embrace supreme loving guidance. I embrace supreme loving guidance. I embrace supreme loving guidance at this time. Right now. Okay. Oh, all right. we have the broken cycle, new path. The broken cycle, new path. So confirming. So this is what I do to make it large, okay? To make it much larger than my rooms, so everyone can see it. Let's see here. So we have a line, and then that, a line, and then there we go. There we go. Kind of looks like a burger. Okay, here we go. We're a veggie burger. I'm veggie. I'm a veggie. I'm a veggie all the way. Okay. Let's begin. The broken cycle, new path rune. Now, that might not be the title of this message, but I'm just going to allow whatever comes to come. So, transition, time. Transition and time. Being in flow with what you know and trusting that. There are some people who resist this. They resist and they want to continue with the cycle, the same old patterns, the same old thinking, the same old perspectives of life, of what they're meant to be doing. Right? And they're like, no, I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the confidence. I have a lot of fear. I have too much fear, so I can't make my own path. I have to stay in this cyclical pattern because it's safe. And the cyclical energy is very feminine, right? And we get comfortable in waking up at 8 or, waking up at 7, going to school or going to your job at 9, getting off at 5, kissing your wife or your husband on the forehead, making dinner for the kids, tucking them in, watching Netflix, staying up an extra 2 hours, staring at your phone, going through your likes and dislikes on your social media platform, going to bed, getting up 7 a.m., getting to work at 9, the same routine. And again, we're entering into these more, I would say, the call to be more present in your path, meaning diving deeper in the present. Because, and I've struggled with this, I've had experience where I would dive deep in the past, the things that have happened to me in my childhood and trauma, or even good memories. Sometimes, to all my nostalgic people out there, we just, oh man, that was such a wonderful time, such a great time. I think a lot of people are going through nostalgia at this time, of how things used to be, how things were, the happy moments, the freedom to go out and meet people and social events. You can see their faces, going out, partying, being footloose and fancy free, and then there are people who are living it up, in their old pattern. They're super comfortable. They feel safe, where they're at, not having to challenge themselves. They're like, ooh, we get that nice stimmy check coming in, that nice 14K, or 14K, I wish, 1400 coming in. Ooh, and they're comfortable. But as this decade will continue on, in the timeline of the human species, us, the human collective, people, culture, men, women, and children around the globe, again, I keep saying this in my messages and in the videos, like, you're going to have to make your path, or the path will be made for you. Actively create in your path, or the path will be made for you. Now, you're probably asking, well, Naja, Silvertree, what do you mean? What do you mean make my path? I don't have any money, or I don't have a partner, I don't have a husband, I don't have any kids, I'm lonely, or I don't have the resources, or I don't have the skill set. And I was watching this YouTuber the other day, and he was saying, or I should say channeler, really, because that's what YouTube is. That's what we're doing nonstop, is channeling information, channeling energy, right? We modernize it, we, materialize it, we make it very technical, but that's what YouTube is. That's what these social platforms are. We are channeling. This is a channel right here, right? We're channeling to each other, and we're not. And most people aren't even conscious of that. Some people are. Some people are. They try to manipulate with energy. Some people are. Manipulate it financially, try to get as much attention, as much of your attention as possible to make their money. So you're here, or this is you, but then you have, pow, this channel coming right through you and eating your energy, eating the energy. The spirit of distraction is strong, very, very strong at this time, sadly enough. I mean, I combat it myself, and it can grip you and grab you and pull you down certain channels that you kind of don't really want to find yourself in. But it's a reality, But back onto in the space of diving deeper into your present moment. What does that even mean? In the TV show Dune, one of the children in the TV show Children of Dune, which is part 2 of Frank Herbert's Dune, Leto says, we go forward, we go back. We go forward, we go back. Right? And sometimes we get really obsessed with going forward. Oh, I gotta be here. This is where I want. This is what I manifest. I want to manifest this. I want to manifest that. I want to manifest this. We get completely detached to what's happening right in front of us. Or I can never go there because this has happened to me, and that has happened to me, and this has happened to me, and that has happened to me. And we get stuck in the storylines that we create, or that have been created for us. And it takes, and I'm going to use a very strong word here, it rapes us from our power of being present on the path. Being present on the path. The only moment that exists is now. And simultaneously, the present, or the past and the future simultaneously exist. By thought alone, you can revisit the past. By thought alone. Right? You sit by a cozy fire, drinking a nice hot tea, herbal tea, and then your mind just kind of goes on this little trip of what ifs, or what could, or what has been. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with visiting different timelines, but you have to be present with the present timeline you're on right now. I can't stress that any more. If you allow someone to create your path for you, you allow them to. Because here's the thing. This is what I hear a lot when I speak to people closest to me. Oh, they accept their misery because they think that that's the only way. That's the only way out. Make do. Just make do with the hell that you're in. And that's hell itself. When you have the awareness that you feel so unhappy, or so broken, or so just stuck, and you're aware of it, because there are some people who they're not even aware that they're stuck. And that's okay too. They're okay with the 9-to-5 job. They're okay with the marriage. They're okay with the kids. They're okay with where they're living. They're okay with it because it just is. And they're present in that. They don't question it. But then you have individuals, you have beings out there that question it. They question the marriage. They question the home. They question the money. They question the career. They question the kids. They question everything that's happening in their existence. But then they shut down and they denounce their own intuition. They denounce their own truth. They denounce it all. That is dangerous, because that is when you begin to curse yourself into a hellish existence. I'm getting a message saying, speak on love, speak on love. Well, love, loving. How does one love when the present moment isn't a very loving experience? When, let's say a job isn't working out right at that present moment. How do you love that moment? Or a partnership or a love relationship isn't working out at that very moment. You get an argument at this very moment. You're fighting with your loved one. How do you find love in that moment? How do you deal with that moment without trying to escape in the past? Oh man, in the past they were never like this. They were so much, more attractive and sexier and smarter and intelligent back then. Or, you can be like, man, I wonder if there's someone else out there. You become future focused, and it completely takes you out of what's happening in the present. Here's the thing that I've heard, and I thought it was incredibly wise. Nothing is ever happening against you. Nothing is ever happening to you. It's happening for you. Everything in your present life is happening for you. It's not going to be pretty all the time. It's not going to be loving all the time. It's not going to be amazing and exciting. Sometimes it's boring as hell. Sometimes it's dull. Sometimes it's really, really dark and shadowy. But when you switch your perspective on the path, the present moment, diving deep in your present path, and you say, you know what? How is this situation helping me? How is this situation assisting me in my present reality right now? You get in a fight with your adult child, for example, right? Ask yourself, how is this helping me to evolve? How is this helping me to expand? How is this helping me to embrace love, expand my love, evolve my love? That's a very difficult question to ask in the present moment when things aren't going your way. It's very, very, very challenging. At that present moment, you're arguing with your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister or your lover or stranger or whoever, coworker, and you're not really thinking of, how is this argument really how is this working for me? What is it showing me about myself, about the situation, about the bigger picture, about the cycle that I'm in or the path that I'm on? Sometimes we just need this feminine energy, this space, a very safe space to just sit in the experience and ask ourselves these questions. To constantly bring yourself back to present takes work, it takes effort, it takes practice, it takes consistency and persistency. Meditation will help. You want to become aware of how present you are with yourself and the mind and the physical body, the emotional body, the ethereal body, right? We have many, 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 many bodies. We're multidimensional, right? So it takes a lot of time. Some people dedicate their whole life. Some people shave their heads off and they get rid of everything. They burn their clothes or donate their clothes and their money and everything. Leave their business, leave their spouse, their kids, their country. They go off somewhere isolated to sit and realize and deepen their relationship with the present. There are hidden treasures in the past. There are hidden treasures in the future. but nothing beats the present moment. So, I don't want to make this super long for new moon energy at all, really. I wanted to share that. So, focus on deepening your relationship with the present moment. When I'm sitting in meditation, it really depends on where I'm living. I'm very hypersensitive to my external reality.